All right, so today I just wanted to talk about goal setting as we are wrapping up the end of 2022 and heading towards 2023. There's a couple things that I usually think about when setting goals. Not that I'm some sort of expert at it. There's definitely a lot of people I know that are much further along in their journey that have done things that I hope to accomplish and that are successful in many different aspects of life. So I'm not saying this as a way of saying, hey, I have everything figured out, but I truly do believe that basically you can learn or take certain parts from anybody, whether they are quote unquote more successful or less successful than you. You could always learn something from them. So the things that I wanted to share in regards to goal setting were just things that have helped me out in years past. And everybody has probably heard of SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time based. And I do think that those are very important because if you just have a broad or general goal, it doesn't really hold you accountable to anything. Like you could say, I want to get or I want to be healthier. What does that actually mean? So that's why a lot of people, if it is going to be a health related goal, it's going to be, okay, I want to lose 30 pounds by this date, and that's where you can break it down much more, like in a much more achievable way then. But the things that I really like to focus on in addition to SMART goals are actually going to be three kind of bonuses. The first thing is really figuring out your why. And I know that that sounds so like, I don't know, hippie sometimes. But really, like figuring out why is that important to you. I heard a real estate expert recently, he's a host of a big podcast, and he said he wanted to acquire or add an extra 100 doors to his rental portfolio. And he realized that once he did hit his goal, it really wasn't about adding 100 doors to his portfolio. Like, that's a vanity metric where it sounds nice and it's impressive and it's fun to share. But really, what he was looking for was adding to his net worth, increasing his financial freedom, and you know he wants to do that, but in an enjoyable way. And what he found out was that it just added way more stress to his life, and it wasn't really what he was hoping to accomplish. So, what's your actual why? Why is that goal important to you? Is it going to benefit you in terms of health, in terms of relationships, in terms of happiness? Don't just set these goals because you think they sound good, but how is it actually helping you? So that's the first thing. Second thing is thinking about it holistically. If you really wanted to, we'll take the fitness goals again. If you really wanted to say, hey, I want to lose, 50 pounds or whatever the case may be, you have to think of how that's going to affect everything else and what other goals need to be cohesive with that, basically. So it's not only going to be, hey, I need to go to the gym 5 days a week. I need to start every morning with water. I need to eat vegetables at every meal. I need to stop eating by 8 p.m., whatever the case may be. But it's also going to be sleep-related goals. It's going to be, stress-related goals, too, for work and things like that. Because if you're super stressed, you're much more likely to skip workouts, to overeat, to, do things that are counterproductive to what your actual goal is. So just realize that your life is not in silos where it's, okay, here's only my family related goals, relationship related goals with friends, spiritual goals, financial goals, physical goals, mental goals, everything like that. They're all kind of intertwined. So just think of it cohesively and say, okay, or holistically, and say, how does this carry over or translate and help me reach my other goals then? And then the third thing I always think of is lead measures versus lag measures. The end goal that most people want is going to be a lag measure. Once again, losing X amount of pounds in body weight. but that is really determined by your habits, which are going to be your lead measures. Basically, it's going to be, yeah, the things that I just mentioned. Okay, how often are you working out? Are you doing all of the right things, quote unquote, on a regular or consistent basis to actually achieve your final goal? So you should have, or you should be able to reverse engineer and break down how you're going to reach that goal and what steps you have to take in order to get there. So that's what I like to think when I'm setting goals, think about. But if you have any tips, tricks, advice, things that have been very helpful for you or that you've heard that you find interesting, definitely let me know. I'm always looking to learn and improve, and I think it'd be great just to share with everybody else. Thanks.